I left Top Gun and went out to a fighter squadron VF-114 to be the executive officer. And while I was en route, the CO of the squadron was killed, shot down, and I checked in, and instead of being the executive officer, I went right to the commanding officer. And had a great tour, came back from that, and when I finished that tour, I went to Point Mugu as the chief test pilot at the Pacific Missile Range. That isn't quite as wonderful as it sounds, but I did get to shoot a lot of missiles there. And one particular mission I was on, I checked out in the F-14, and I shot a Phoenix missile at a Phantom drone, F-4 drone, that was on the water. It was about 150 feet, whatever the safest altitude they could get. I was at 20,000 feet, shot a Phoenix, and they hoped that it would miss by a few feet so they wouldn't expend the drone, and I speared it. I should say the missile speared the F-4, took it right out of the sky. It wasn't a warhead shot. Another great adventure I had was chasing Rear Admiral, now Rear Admiral passed, but then Commander Smoke Wilson, who was a great pilot, and they set up a shoot for 6 targets and fired 6 missiles, the Phoenix. This was a very political thing because everybody said it couldn't be done, everybody being the competitors to the Grumman aircraft and to the Hughes missile, and Senator Proxmire, who was the head of the Armed Services Committee then, was dead set against the F-14 and the Phoenix missile. And so they had a rehearsal where we were up there. I was the chase pilot. I wasn't shooting. I was chasing Smoke, Smoke being his call sign. And they had every piece of telemetering equipment and every tracking radar for test work on the West Coast, Edwards, China Lake, and Point Mugu, all involved in this, because getting 6 targets all headed in the same direction and looking like an enemy strike, and then controlling and getting all the data to see what the results were, was a massive undertaking. Senator Proxmire was going to be out there in a couple days. We went up, and Smoke's guidance was, Smoke, if you get the right setup and all's in place on this warm-up, shoot. He shot. He knocked down 5 of the 6 with 5 different Phoenix missiles. The 6th one was missed because the target went stupid and dove into the water. Otherwise, it would have been 6 kills with 6 missiles. That was quite a moment.